Awesome. Okay. Okay. We're going to get this rocking and rolling. Everything should be good. Let me make sure I don't hit that. It would be crappy if I knocked out my full audio system again. Stop. Okay, got it. Do I have to like... Gonna be... He's got a lot in here. I don't know what's going on per se, but... Ooh. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Isaiah. How are you?
Very well, very well. It's good to see you.
Likewise. I apologize. I'm late, man. Literally, I kept looking for some links and all that, so I apologize, man. Sorry about that.
No worries. Was the link easy to find, or was it like hard and hidden?
Once I got into Google Meet, it was easy. But I guess I was kind of expecting a link to come to maybe just kind of an email to come, but I guess I just went to Google Meet and it was already there.
Already in
So
there. Yep. That's what it looked like. Okay, that's
yeah,
perfect actually.
I actually scheduled one for I think 2:45 today, so really we can take that one off because I didn't know if I'd be able to meet with you now or today. But then also I have one on Monday, so
Okay. The I saw the one on Monday and the one that just came in for today. So, do you want to keep the one on Monday too, or do you just want to
I'm thinking we may. I was gonna see if we need to follow up on Monday.
Okay.
The one for 2:45, we can definitely cancel that one. But
Okay.
Monday, depending on how today goes, that's kind of wanted to see how it can play by ear if that makes sense.
Most certainly. Um, Perfect. So what I would like to do, real quick, one, I would like to be able to hear your pitch a little bit, about yourself, your business, and then some of your any of your needs and hurdles that you want to address, um,
Okay.
and then any successes and things like that. And but mainly just want to hear your pitch, and then we can go from there for anything that you have.
Okay. Absolutely. So basically, the pitch is, and it kind of it's kind of morphed a different couple of different ways since honestly the MVA has started. So one of the things that took place is from the first mentor night, I met with the mayor of Battle Creek, and he talked about the three H's. So one of the H's was homicide. So one of the things as a result of coming about that, I decided to offer what is basically an anger management course.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 12-week course through SAMHSA, which stands for Substance Abuse and Mental Health. And I know this isn't quite the pitch. I know I'm kind of just giving you the
Yeah,
information.
no,
So
it's
if we,
perfect. Yep.
but the goal is I'm partnering with KCC. So I want to target 18 to 21-year-olds because just a little background information. Currently, I'm working for the VA, so I didn't want there to be a conflict of interest as far as with veterans. So I'm trying to, this target population is a little bit younger, so 18 to 21 or 22. So I've reached out to KCC, which is Kellogg Community College. That's a local college in Battle Creek. I got connected with one of their RSOs, which is a registered student organization, which is Mental Health Matters. And basically, we're going to partner together for the 12-week course. And one of the things I'm offering, which would be a little bit different, is it's kind of going to be incentive based. So one of the things participants, like I said, probably no more than 5 to 7, because I want it to be more of an intimate setting. And the reason, we're also partnering with the YMCA. So the YMCA has a mentorship program for middle school kids. So let's say we meet on Tuesday, another part of our curriculum will be that Thursday would be to give back to the YMCA kids. So we will work on, let me show you something real quick. And again, I kind of figured this might take up just kind of introducing what I'm doing, because I've never really showed or told anyone exactly. Like, you're one of the few people I've kind of gone with it. So Sam still has already produced the materials for the anger management. And again, anger management is kind of one of those solutions to one of the, ever increasing problems with mental health and violence and things of that nature. What makes me specific, my business picks, is, I don't know if you remember those old school Polaroid cameras.
Yeah.
So in addition to the already established curriculum, which is evidence-based practice, picks will be one of the things where throughout that week, I'll give you this camera. So each participant will take a camera and take a picture of and let's say for the first week is take some pictures that represent your childhood or what's significant to you. So you may take a picture of a playground and we may think, hey man, that's amazing. But you may say that's the most horrible thing because this is where I witnessed X, Y, and Z. And we're able to kind of digest those things kind of on a more personal basis to kind of help improve that overall internal picture. Because a lot of times people don't realize, obviously, they think about the mind, but a lot of our heart, a lot of direction of our life is encompassed with our mind, will, soul, and emotions. And it's a lot of internal that a lot of people don't see. So that's why the picture piece is going to be one of those significant things. They'll be able to take those. And again, they're kind of just saying a picture's worth 1,000 words. So are you tracking so far?
I am. Yes, it is. Yeah. Okay. From my from what you just spoke to, it sounds like you have a 12-week course program that you'll be doing, and you're partnered with the Kellogg Community College. It kind of sounded like potentially, and then also with the YMCA, and then you'll be supplying betterment to the YMCA. Children and middle-aged adults, it sounds like, and for middle school kids.
Yes,
and then you'd be supplying a Instamatic camera that they could take a picture with and then tell a story based upon their experience, but have the picture be able to depict what their experience was.
Absolutely. As a keepsake, and also, it kind of maybe even articulate it better than, because a lot of times one of the things I've learned with communication, we may feel like we're articulating ourselves and communicating, but the people that we're, the audience, they may have no idea, even though you feel like you painted a vivid picture.
Yes.
I believe the picture be one of those tangible things that even if you take it with you along the road, it'll still be kind of like a keepsake or a memento.
That makes sense. Yep. For them to keep the picture.
Right.
Yep. And it's nice that the Instamatic camera is that way, that they can just take it with them if they want. Yep.
Absolutely. Yep. Kind of getting away from me. I know most people have the capability on their phone, but this is something to kind of give you a tangible, hands-on type of thing, and really kind of, even if you reflect, I know there's thousands of pictures in my phone, but sometimes I have certain ones in my wallet that are.
It's a positive idea, and an initiative that you are working on.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Indeed. How are things going for yourself right now between your pitch, the organization, yourself? What things can I help with today?
So I guess one of the things I wanted to work on is maybe your ideas on a logo. So I have Allegra, which is a printing company in Battle Creek. I've given them some pictures, and they're going to help me with the basically like the display as well as the PowerPoint.
Hmm.
So I guess maybe Canva. I don't know if that's something that I know you. That's one of those things that you mentioned, but is that something that you would recommend to kind of get a logo? Because I think some people mention that having a logo is kind of significant.
Having a logo is a way to physically brand yourself so someone can be like, okay, yes. Um, with that said, if you want to, you can build one yourself. Canva is a great resource. Definitely would
Oh,
recommend it. Get on there. I would say look up, say, put in the search in there logo, and then
okay.
it'll bring up a whole bunch of logos that you can design, and then they'll have like different ones, and you can say, in the categories up top, you can define and you can say, okay, well, if I want it to be nonprofit or if I want it to be counseling, there can
Hmm.
be ones that you can find a design that you like. You could even
Hmm.
take that singular design and say, okay, well, I just want to change the color, or I want to keep the same thing if you want, or you can take that and then just redesign off of that.
Okay.
Um, and then when you get into designing it, on your left hand side of the table, you'll see that it'll have like elements and
Hmm.
or pictures. You can add things into your design if you would like to. Um,
Okay.
I would say that Canva gives you a lot of options, so that would be a good option one.
Okay.
Um, Option two, and I'll send you this in an email after our session. Um, Option two would be the Vistaprint.
Okay.
Vistaprint is great for making any of your business cards, your logo, any of your physical print things you need.
Okay.
They're a great resource. I would recommend going through them to
Okay.
look at. And you might be able to create your business card and your logo right at the same place.
Okay.
Um, and Canva offers those things too if you need. But I also recommend getting a digital business card.
Okay.
Um, and so I have a digital business card myself, but I still see the value of having a physical one. So, but
Hmm.
Canva would be a great one for your logo.
Okay. So Vista print, and then like you said, option number two or Canva will be number one, and then option number two will be Vista print.
Yes, would be Vistaprint. And like there are probably some AI generated things out there now that might be able to create a logo for you right on the internet.
Hmm.
Um, but try out those two first and
Okay.
find things that you like. Spend some time on there, and don't be afraid to play around with designs. Like sometimes when I first started, I'd open up 5 different tabs on there with different designs. Be like, I hate this thing. I'll go away. So try those things out, and then if all that fail, like what I recommend is um, building something and getting yourself a short win, and then you can
Okay.
adapt afterwards.
Okay.
So if you get yourself a logo that you like up front a little bit that represents you, even
Mhm.
if you need to rebrand that later on, you
Mhm.
can do that in your early stages.
Okay. I got you. So like you said, just get a first down. We don't have to go for the touchdown now. Just get some forward progress.
Yeah, yep, exactly. And that and the nice thing is that our perspective or perception, like how we're thinking we're going to present ourselves to people, they're
Mhm.
also only seeing a portion of that.
Absolutely.
So at some point, you can change as you're adding incremental changes in.
Mhm.
Your customer base will continue to move with you.
Okay. That makes sense. Makes sense. One of the things I'm kind of looking at just as a logo is a lion. And I
Hmm.
kind of think lion heart, if you think about in the perspective of a lion, it's not the biggest, it's not the strongest, but yet and still its internal reality kind of dictates its, its outer world. So I'm kind of looking at a lion, maybe that lion heart. So I'll work on that, and then maybe potentially Monday, if we can keep that, I'll bring
Yeah,
back some potentials that I've worked on.
most certainly. Um,
Okay.
and so, for example, you have a lion right behind you.
Right.
And so there's a portions of yourself that would go into like that mean something to you.
Hmm.
Um, the other things I would think about for yourself are okay, what colors do you want to represent your organization? What type of font do you want to use? How long is your name of your business, and if you want to incorporate that in your logo, or if you just
Mhm.
want a logo that just is like the lion in it, and then you can add your business name somewhere else. Those are some things I would recommend just keeping in mind when you are designing. You can change all those things.
Okay. And I see we're getting close towards the end of our hour. So no, that makes sense. Let me
Uh,
ask you something as far as with the idea and the concept. Is that, I know it was very quickly, but does that make sense? And obviously I'll make sure I put the meat, the numbers and things of that nature. But in the brief time that we talk, does it kind of do
um,
the dots connect color?
yes, it does actually. You're the So here's two things real quick. I'm actually giving everyone an extra 5 to 10 minutes, so
Okay, cool.
we're good on time right now. Um, I Your business venture makes sense. Your biggest thing that I would recommend is you have the program, it sounds like. You have a customer base that you can reach. You're building partnerships right now for it. The big thing that I would just look at later on is nailing down how you're going to continue to make money. And then, secondarily, a little bit, what is your next step?
Okay.
And what I mean by that is right now, your first step is getting the program started to the potentially to the college or the kids at the YMCA.
Hmm.
That program, I think, should be the hitter for your pitch. But in your mind, think about the question that I would ask if I'm a judge is, okay, you're starting your program. What's next? In
Hmm.
terms of how's that program between the 12 weeks, what happens afterwards, or how's that 12 weeks look?
Hmm.
But you're on the right track
Okay.
for all that stuff. Yep.
And I was thinking it may end up being when I need to split to a 501c3, because individually as a therapist or a clinician, I can bill for groups, but if I don't know if you know the insurance, it's a lot of red tape.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be a while before it catches up to me, the compensation for what the work I'm doing. So this one is more or less a pilot. I plan on doing a survey, or getting a lot of input and feedback to kind of curtail the process. But it eventually it may end up being a 501c3 to offset the cost of the services that we're providing. Because again, even with college students, one of the elements is I want to provide a $25 gas card to each
Mm-hmm.
person each week, as an incentive to continue. You know,
Yep, I hear that. I would say that your right now, are you just partnering with those organizations and you're teaching out of their facility? How would, if you're not currently a 501c3, how are you presenting your services? Are
Mhm.
the students paying you? Is the YMCA paying you? Or are you providing your free services to the YMCA? How so Yep. How does that work?
So basically, what happens is, so the group basically, I can bill for the group since it is Samson. Initially I purposely got something that's already accredited, something that's already evidence based practice, so I can bill each individual for the group. But my goal is, once we get the group collectively, that I'll work individually. That's why I wanted to say let's
Mm-hmm.
5 to 7 do individual group therapy, because if you go back to Obama's insurance overhaul, everyone has to have at least a level of insurance. The thing about it is how much each insurance will pay, and a lot of I'm targeting a specific population. There's a lot of therapists, they won't even accept Medicare and Medicaid. So initially, again, I believe the program has so much good to offer that I'll probably take a lot of the hits on this first one, but I will be able to build individually and groups collectively. So, but honestly, it won't offset totally. Like I said, I bought the cameras myself, and
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
them.
I would say throughout the next few weeks, give that some planning thought, some strategic thought on positioning yourself as your own organization, even if it is a 501c3,
Okay.
or if you're partnering with these organizations, if they have, like for example, the MVE Lab.
Hmm.
We're a nonprofit out of Grand Valley.
Hmm.
So there is different levels that you might be able to partnership with those bigger organizations with as well.
Hmm.
But if you give some thought to that, you might be able to include that into how I'm going to spend the money page.
Okay.
And say, okay, well, I actually need to get formulated as a organization. It
Hmm.
sounds more like nonprofit, maybe the way you'd like to go with this. And just because for profit, I don't. There's like the students would have to be paying you directly. It sounds like, but if you're taking donations or partnerships, you may do a nonprofit, and you can put that in there as a need for like how I'm going to spend my money.
Okay. No, that definitely makes sense. Okay, cool. That definitely gives me some marching orders. So one of the things I'll again work on is the logo with Canva and Vistaprint, and then also kind of look at some of what you said is how to scale this and how to make it profitable, or what would be the best option in order for it to be something that we can continue to duplicate.
Yes, yep. That
Okay.
the word scale.
Hmm.
You right now your pillars is your course, and then your
Hmm.
second pillar is the individual basis with the photos. In my
Okay.
and just hearing and viewing right now,
Hmm.
vertically pushing those upward to
Okay.
scale in a way that will give you growth throughout the next year.
Okay. Okay. Thank you,
Well, yeah, absolutely.
man. This is exciting, man. It's like a baby. I don't know if it was you
It
that
is.
mentioned it. Is I love how you talked about being willing to learn and being like that sponge, like just like a kid. That's it's so. Thank you so much for everything you've showed me just today, even.
Most certainly. I'm happy I can help and be available. It's true.
Okay,
So,
cool. So we're good on Monday. I think it's at 10 o'clock. I want to say, or maybe
um,
1.
yeah, on Monday we're gonna be at 1 p.m.
Yeah, is that
Perfect.
still good to go?
Yep. We're still good for that on Monday.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
yeah, that's perfect.
I appreciate that, Isaiah. Is there anything else you have for me at this moment?
Um, no, I'm gonna send you an email, and also within the email, you're gonna see a link for, it's you can go and record yourself doing your pitch over and over and over again like this,
Hmm.
and it might give you a great way to practice and build out
Okay.
things. And even in talking like this, you may be able to sit down and talk your idea out, watch it back to yourself, and say, okay, I can take some of this out, or I'm hearing something different,
Okay.
and things like that. So I'm gonna put that in there, and then I'll send that out this afternoon. And but yeah, I'll see you on Monday, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you so much, man. That is so helpful. I appreciate it. Hey, you have a great weekend.
Same.
All right, take care.
Yep. Awesome. That was a good meeting. What we're gonna do is we're going to stop our recording.